You know, Biggie just told us last night, congratulations are in order. Dave, it was at 8 years working at the local NBC affiliate.
I don't know about that. I think it's been longer.
I thought it was longer than that. I did too. Biggie sent us a thing, a text.
Maybe that's as far back as they keep their records.
It must be, but it said
Maybe that's when they started paying me.
Maybe. Got a big 8 behind you and said, we got an anniversary here. Dave Aiken, 8 years on television.
I think it's more like 10 or 11.
I do too.
Not that it matters to me. I don't even know how that stuff gets on there. I didn't even know about it till Biggie sent it to me.
The best comments were, the great thing was there were so many viewers of Dave, who does meteorology, of course, on television, and they were so complimentary, and a couple of them...
Can you share some?
Yeah, one of them here, and they all had the same theme. Todd says, best weatherman on TV. He talks slow enough that I can understand him. Rest of them on and on and on, blah, blah, blah.
Well, the signal gets up into the mountains.
Well, that's right.
So you got to adjust.
Diane said, congratulations. You do an incredible job. Always clear, and I like how slow you talk.
Slow talking Dave.
Yeah.
Slow talking Dave.
As I read through the comments, I noticed a touch of a theme.
Randy says, it's nice to finally have a weatherman who'll slow things down for you. Rest of them I can't pick up. I can't understand it.
Maybe you could have your own segment, Slow Weather.
Might do that.
I love it.
And now here's Dave.
For the next 10 minutes.
Whoa, we got a cold front.
Yeah.
Look at here.
Cover your strawberries.
Oh,
Cover your
Lord
plants
sakes.
tonight. Get your plants in.
Jesus. Little storm. Storm coming.
I'll tell you, I was on... I did something I should not have done yesterday. I was on Reddit, okay? And you've warned me against this. Biggie has. You know what I go to Reddit for.
Gym info.
And
porn.
Titillation.
Yes. Okay, titillation and gym. All right. So yesterday I was there for gym information, and it popped up on there. It was something like, you might like this thread. And it said, 2 guys named Chris thread. Now, Biggie's warned me against it.
No.
Biggie's warned me against it.
Oh,
okay?
man, I do my best to block them.
All right.
How did that come up?
I don't know. I don't.
Are you Googling yourself?
No, I did not Google. I did not. But it had. It had. You might like it. Put it out there. Yeah. I guess because it listens to me all the time. I don't know. And so Reddit said, there it was below my usual gym and sex stories. There it was. Hey, Bubba, click on this one. So I clicked on it, and one of the threads was, I've heard Chris Kelly's not his real name. What's his real name? I was like, all right, let's see what we got. Now, this is the part where I should not have gone any farther.
You kept clicking.
All right. I had Biggie's face.
I know.
Like, don't do this.
You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm in Star Wars. And I'm a Jedi.
I know.
Against the stormtroopers, and I've batted away 99% of the blast.
Yep.
But sometimes you get nicked by one.
That's right.
This is exactly the time where it's somebody destroy. You got one through on me.
All right. So I click it. There's like 12 or 13 comments there, and some are guessing the name, and some have it wrong.
How much do they make?
How much? A lot of that kind of stuff.
Is Biggie that fat?
Oh, a lot of that.
Is Dave really a ladies' man?
There were 2. The last 2 got me. I read all these comments, and the last 2 were these, and I'm reading them verbatim. My wife went to school with Chris Kelly, Ashboro High School. She said he was a real dork.
Was there anything shocking on this page?
I was like,
yeah,
what?
You can't sue her for that.
I mean, I looked at it, I was like, what?
Tell us something we don't know.
All right.
What's your wife's name? Start yelling at the screen.
All caps.
How could somebody just type that about you? It's like, this is being typed. People are seeing this.
This is the internet's forever.
Forever. You're not going to erase this. And the next thing was, yeah, my dad knew Chris Kelly in high school, said they lived close together. Big nerd.
Dork and nerd.
Dork and nerd.
The 80s insults are
make
back.
those comments like that. That's untoward. That's untoward. Well, but I have to say this, and I hate to shine the spotlight on Chris, Demm, and Dave, and I don't even think you knew when you did it that it was so hurtful. But 2 days, I'll open myself up here. All right, 2 days ago, I don't think Biggie witnessed this. Every day after this program ends, for the last month and a half, there's been a Nerf football in here. I don't even know how we came to. I guess Nerf made the Toy Hall of Fame. So we have a little mini Nerf football. And every day to unwind when this show ends, Dave and Chris Demm toss it back and forth. Now, a couple of times it's gotten loose, and I always say, gentlemen,
What did I tell you?
Don't play ball in the house.
Don't play ball in the house.
Don't hit anything. It might end up working right.
It'll jostle it back into place.
So
Be careful what you hit because it may work then.
that's right. So I'm over here decompressing, take my glasses off,
Rub your temples.
rub my temples. And
That's
say,
what we're doing.
I know you are. And I say to myself as I'm thinking, I messed up another one, another bad day. Chris Demm are tossing the football back and forth, which is absolutely fine. They're just back and about maybe 5-10 minutes, and then they move out of here and go on about their day. And then I turn to Biggie,
They're finally gone.
and I start talking.
Now it can be real.
2 days ago, and I don't want to say you hurt my feelings, but 2 days ago, they were getting ready to toss the ball back and forth, and Chris Demm said, I can't. I've got to go. I have a meeting
We had a
right
client
now. We had a
meeting,
client meeting. He's like, I've got to go. Sorry, I got to jump out of here. And Dave said, well, what about the football? And Chris Demm said, well, you can throw it with Chris Kelly. And Dave said, nah.
I'll just sit at my desk.
Put it down.
I did witness that, and I could tell it hurt. Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go on down the hall.
So in 48 hours, I got dork, nerd, and you're not invited to play. I'll just take my ball.
You weren't
and-
even-
yeah.
So, I had my hands up ready to catch
You're
it.
not part of the cool kids.
No, I guess
You weren't
not.
even the last kid picked at
I was walking
gym.
out the door. I didn't
Yeah.
think you heard that.
Nah.
Yeah. I'll just leave the football here.
Yeah, you can throw it to Chris
Thanks, no.
I don't believe
What's the point?
I had my hands up like,
Yeah, he was ready. Yeah.
I'll play Nerf ball.
Yeah.
Nothing. I got nothing out. So now,
Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your
it's all
feelings.
those high school days over again. You hear dork, nerd.
It's a tender age, isn't it?
It's a tender age. And I was always
How can
against
they call you nerd and dork? You did the morning announcement,
announcements. I did the morning announcement.
and they were in Glee Club.
Thank you. How can those words be used about me? I thought I was BMOC.
Yeah.
And they were like, no. Both of them. Like,
Students against smokers.
that's right. Students
Yeah.
against students.
You made
smoking.
posters.
And I laminated them because when I first put them up in the bathrooms, they were
Defaced.
they were torn. They were graffitied.
Well, don't use your own face. This man doesn't smoke.
That was the problem. I put my face up there proudly.
Well, and plus, if it's laminated, because your organization was SAS,
SAS.
SASS,
Correct.
Students Against Student Smoking.
Yes.
Before it was laminated, they just tore off the first S.
I remember
and
that.
then just had your face next to it.
And pointed
Ass.
in every bathroom in the school. So I was, and I also preached against things like senior skip day.
Oh, yes.
Remember that?
School day.
I was one of the few that showed up on senior skip day to keep my perfect attendance record in check.
Teenage Republican diplomats.
Thank you. I was that as well. And when those that were planning senior pranks planned them around me, I spoke up to Mr. Lorimer, the assistant principal.
Oh, you did
I'm not
not.
going to do any senior pranks around here.
School monitor.
School monitor.
I wouldn't leave the gym door unlocked tonight.
That's right. That's right. Now,
Just saying.
they could have used me in Spring Hill, Tennessee, where a senior prank has gone terribly wrong, and they've had to close the school today because vandals came in and wrecked the school. Did more than just a prank. They graffitied the inside of the school, broke desks. One woman
That's
was
wanton destruction.
Yeah, it was just nothing but destruction. There's a student named Blair, last name not given, and she says this was the extent of the damage in Spring Hill.
Just ripped out. There was sun drop sprayed all over the floors, which everyone thought was pee. It wasn't. I found out it was sun drop, which is a little bit better.
Not much.
All right.
Not much
You
better.
hear that? You hear the kind
I
of
never
damage?
thought Sundrop would be a good substitute for pee.
No, but-
If you're ever shooting a movie and you need urine,
It wasn't.
Sundrop is a perfect substitute.
Agreed. It looks
ripped
like
out. Sun drop sprayed all over the floors, which everyone thought was pee. It wasn't. I found out it was sun drop, which is a little bit better, I would imagine.
Marginally better.
Did the janitor?
I don't know. How did they find that? Is that pee?
It's okay.
Sun drop.
Yeah.
It's just Sundrop.
that's Caddyshack. It's eating the baby roof.
Yeah.
It's the baby roof in the pool.
I know urine. That's not urine. Oh.
Everything's fine.
Nothing to see here. Oh, yeah.
Sundrop stick here.
Sun drop.
Same ammonia content.
Yes. A little more chemically.
Sun drop. I used to drink Sundrop. That's a good mountain drink, Dave.
It's a fine product.
Surely you had.
I haven't had a mountain in
that's a
decades.
country
That's
drink.
not a long
Let me
time.
tell you,
country.
cherry Sundrop.
That's a country drink. Oh, you like cherry Sundrop?
Oh, that is. I would put that up there as top 5 best sodas.
Yeah.
What?
You can,
five?
you can
No.
only find it in certain areas too.
No.
Absolutely, it is a phenomenal soda.
Now, if it's cherry Sundrop on the floor, that's some bad pee. That's some infected pee.
This guy's got to get to the
Well,
doctor.
someone got a kidney infection.
UTI.
Oh no,
You ever
terrible.
have double cola?
No, I don't know double cola.
They didn't have any double cola
No.
machines down in
No,
the borough?
no.
How
I
do
don't
they
think
spell double? Do you,
Regular.
Yeah,
And it's like
really?
on a crown. There's the logos on. It's gone now.
Oh, really?
I think I ever saw that one.
But that was always teamed up with like an RC or
No,
Sundrop.
RC, yeah. Sundrop, we had that a lot. I thought that was good.
Cheerwine.
But I haven't had a Sundrop in 30 years. I mean, it's been a long.
Southern thing?
I think it is.
I think
don't,
so.
I don't believe it's all over.
I never saw it in Virginia.
Oh, you did not?
I only saw it when I moved to North Carolina.
Now, this is Tennessee, and as you heard, it doubles nicely for urine on the floor. And she says, it's really unfortunate because some of the kids were not even students at the school.
A lot of them were juniors, and a lot of people that did not attend that school were there, which is part of what scares me, because just anybody could have walked in. Anybody at all.
This is the classic outside agitators.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Would you really want to go vandalize somebody else's school?
You get a lot of that, too. Outside agitators.
Most of the time, it's untrue when they blame outside agitators, but you never know.
Yeah, I hear that a lot, too, that when something goes wrong on a campus anywhere, it's like, well, it wasn't from our school. It was from
You hear it all this month.
people out.
On
Yeah,
colleges.
I've heard a lot of that this month, right?
It's a prank when you do it to your school, and so it's criminal when you do it to somebody else's.
Exactly.
So what they're doing now is they're deciding, they've got video of a lot of these kids, of course, because video cameras are running, and they're trying now the school's closed today. It'll be reopened.
For cleaning?
Next week. They have to clean it and repair it. I mean, a lot of the desks were broken. It was really bad. You heard about the Sundrop on the floor.
Yeah, that's probably the worst.
Yeah. So now they're trying to clean it up and get it ready for next week. And they have said that they are considering not letting some of the students who are seniors walk at the graduation, which would be the ultimate slap. You
The seniors who were involved?
we were involved. Yeah,
Well, I understand.
They're talking about not doing that. But this student, Blair, says, forgive and forget.
I think that they should be able to walk at graduation, because that's a big thing, but I think it mostly depends on the regret for the situation that they have.
She wants them to show remorse and have to write papers of regret and apology to the school and pay for the damages, but then they should be allowed to walk at the senior graduation.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those risks you take, I think, when you pull off a prank like that.
Agreed.
I mean, you still get your diploma. They can't keep that from you if you've earned it.
I'll tell you,
But you don't get the pictures and the gown.
if I was a parent and then my kid did that and wasn't allowed to walk, I'd be really, really angry.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I didn't think it was that big a deal until my son graduated a year ago. And it is a big deal. I mean, you go and, I don't know, it's just something, hey, you've made it through. I want that moment where you walk across the stage.
Yeah, especially when your kid's teetering on the edge,
Right,
of
you
maybe
don't-
or maybe
yeah.
not walking.
Listen, it was,
My parents have lived it.
okay.
Biggie's parents know.
We know. Every year it comes up at this time.
Yep.
When it's high school graduation time. Biggie was kept out of graduation.
I refused.
He refused to
And
walk.
which my parents later found out and were very upset about, because they wanted me to walk and lie to the relatives and then go to summer school.
That's right. And
Instead, I said, nope, I refuse to walk.
Yeah.
I will go to summer school and then graduate with the summer school kids.
And you know what else? He's refused to walk ever since.
That was the start of a trend. It was the beginning of diva time.
That's true. You
So it got us here.
refused to walk.
I divaed my own high school
You
graduation.
will not walk.
I choose not to walk.
You've
I
stood
shall not walk.
You have stood on that platform for a long, long time, and good for you for that. Sure. The other crime roundup here. This is Biggie would call this audacity, and I can't believe what I've seen here from a doorbell camera, a Ring doorbell camera in Pennsylvania. There was a guy who was having a delivery done by FedEx, and I'll just describe it to you. He opens the door because he sees the FedEx driver coming up the driveway, up the sidewalk. Well, the FedEx driver has put one package on his porch already, okay? So he opens the door, he picks up the package, and out of nowhere, a guy sprints across his lawn, up the sidewalk, rips the package out of his hand, runs back to a waiting car, and they get away. He literally took the package right out of his hand. I mean, the guy had been over to pick it up. Inside the package, 6 iPhones worth $10,000 or $2,000. $2,000 stolen.
More than that, I would think.
So he has that stolen from him, Biggie, you don't love the FedEx group, right? That's
No. Is that who took it from?
No, well,
No, right out of the customer's hand.
out of the customer's hand. The FedEx guy had put the box on the porch, and the owner of the home picked it up, and it was taken out of his hand. Well, meanwhile, the FedEx driver is walking back toward the house with another package in his hand. He's got a second one. And the guy is saying, "Stop that man! Stop that man!" And the FedEx driver he just watches him.
The video is priceless.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the audacity of the thief is unreal.
Oh, God,
he's so quick. He's gone like the wind.
Yeah.
As Kelly said, runs right past the FedEx guy who has the second package in his hand. The homeowner's now chasing the guy who stole his iPhones.
Yeah.
And the FedEx guy, as he's passing the homeowner, puts the box in his hand.
Another box.
Here.
A second box. Like, here's your package.
Here. I'm done.
I thought of
and then
Biggie.
walks back to his
He's
truck.
like, there you go. My job here is
They
done.
just keep proving me right.
I mean, I couldn't believe it.
So the homeowner's now holding his box while the other one is running down the street.
Correct. Yeah, the box there he really wanted.
He's holding the Chargers.
Yeah, exactly. I guess.
Can you stop him? That's not part of it, man.
No, I'm not doing that.
I deliver the packages.
The victim said, I was stunned. It was like it was calculated.
There's a guy coming down this block. They see the FedEx, they U-turn, and then they come up the block and then come back down right in front of the FedEx.
So
He followed the truck.
he did.
The thief.
He saw the FedEx, didn't know what he was getting, and wound up getting
Just take it.
6 iPhones in that box, which the guy had been expecting out of his hand. I mean, he was home, obviously.
What's the coincidence that it's such a high-priced box of items?
Well, the guy says now that the homeowner says a few minutes later, he got a call from somebody about iPhones. Like, do you want to buy some iPhones? So he thinks the whole thing is like a double scam. Like they've got they've opened the box now. They know it's iPhone. So they call saying, would you like to buy some iPhones for this amount of money? And he said, no, I just had iPhones stolen. And they hung up on him.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's like, what a coincidence if that's the case. You know?
Weird.
And then he said, I watched them as they got away.
There's another guy sitting in the car waiting for him. Once he get in the back of the car, he just flew up straight out to the Cheltenham F.
Yeah, that's it. That's Henry, who says that, can't trust
Poor
anything
Henry.
now. Yeah. It's like, I thought I was good. I was home. I was taking the package out of the FedEx guy's hands, basically, and they swiped it. Like a fumble.
What are the business ramifications of this? I mean, he paid for the phones.
Yeah.
The phones were delivered almost.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But will Apple replace these, or does he have to rebuy?
Good question. We have our attorney waiting in 40 minutes or so.
Or maybe he bought them through, a cell phone dealership. I don't know.
Wherever he bought them from.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but if I was the dealership or whoever sold it to him, that's not my problem.
No, if it happened, let's say he wasn't home and the package had been sitting there for an hour and somebody porch pirated it. They don't replace.
That's not
same
their thing.
It's the exact same thing. It's just swiped right out of his hand.
But they were. Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no.
But technically, he never took possession, although in this case he did. They were in his hands for 2 seconds.
Well, even if you don't, though.
Yeah, but you'll get notified. I mean, even FedEx notifies you, like, hey, it's been delivered.
What happens many times when you're not home and a package is delivered? If a porch pirate comes by, that's
exactly. And I mean, at least UPS, same thing. They'll tell you. Amazon will send you a picture normally. FedEx will tell you it's delivered, but if it's actually at your house, that's the gamble.
There's a woman today saying that she was having a yard sale, and she posted on TikTok a video of someone who stole dolls in a display case. She had put them out for the yard sale, and they came by, porch pirates, the night before. She had put the dolls out there getting ready to have the yard sale, and somebody came by to steal them, and she said, joke's on them, these dolls are haunted. If they had any idea, and here she is talking about
To the thief that stole these dolls out of the yard sale at 3 o'clock this morning, you're going to regret it. They're haunted. Had you waited till sunlight, you would have seen the sign that was under them that said, haunted dolls. If you have children, please don't buy. I put them in this glass hutch to try and contain whatever was attached to them, and it got so cold that it fogged up. No takesies backsies. Nobody wanted them because I warned everyone and showed them the videos of what these dolls do when they're in your vicinity, because they were not scared to move right in front of you. Enjoy.
That's right.
Did I hear that woman invoke the no takesy backsies?
She sure did. She
Enjoy.
said, no takesies backsies.
That's
They're
ironclad.
They're yours now. Don't even think about delivering them back
This
here.
house is now clean.
Well, they're so possessed. Why not throw them away before then?
She couldn't. They all came back. She put them in the trash. They were back. They were back.
They're back in the
No
room.
takesy backsies.
Back at the,
Damn.
No takesy backsies. This is the only way she could get rid of them. She was performing an exorcism. They helped her out. She's basically saying, thank you for taking these dolls. Oh, God. That's on you.